హాయ్ హలో అందరికీ నమస్కారం. వెల్కమ్ టు అవర్ ఛానల్ హలో వైజాగ్. వీ హ్యావ్ అ పర్సన్ విత్ అస్ హూ ఇస్ డూయింగ్ హిస్ చార్ధామ్ యాత్ర. అందరూ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు, కానీ అతను నడుస్తూ చేస్తున్నాడు. నడవడం కూడా పెద్ద ప్రత్యేకం కాదు, కానీ హీఈస్ వాకింగ్ అలాంగ్ విత్ హిస్ పెట్ బటర్. అతనితో మాట్లాడదాం. హాయ్,
Hello.
వెల్కమ్ టు అవర్ వైజాగ్.
Thank you.
సో
Thank you so
హౌ
much.
ఆర్ యూ?
Great, amazing.
టెల్ us about your family.
Well, I have a very, I shall say, loving and supporting family. And from my father to mother to my elder brother, everybody is a very supportive person, a very loving one. That they have actually given me opportunity to go out, explore our country, never look back and see that okay, yes, it's not about following your dream or following your passion. It's also about just do what you love. There are a lot of passions, there are a lot of dreams, but there is certainly one thing that you love.
Yeah.
And I love this most, and that's why I'm doing it. And I'm very thankful that my parents have supported me since the very beginning, from mentally, physically, financially, everything.
Financially also.
Yes, financially also, of course.
How many kilometers did you finish till now?
Well, I've been walking around since 2 years. If I count this one also, then it's somewhat around 8,800 kilometers.
8,800 kilometers.
Yes.
Now, what did you study? What's the qualification?
I did my bachelor's in cinema. So I was when I was growing up in my high school, I used to do a lot of theaters, a lot of street plays, and that is what got me into cinema. And when I went into graduation, I pursued my bachelor's in cinema, where I was a student of cinematography, art and makeup, but my specialization was in acting.
Nice. What inspired you to do this?
Well, I don't have an inspiration, because inspiration is something that comes and goes like a blood pressure. I absolutely love it, because if you love something, it does not go away, it does not fade. The love for the God doesn't fade, the love for your parents doesn't fade, but the inspiration might. It might go up and down, like your heartbeat, like the blood pressure. So the inspiration is not there. Of course, there are few moments when I get inspired by few things, few actors, or a few people who are doing good job, and I feel like, oh, maybe I should do it. But no, I am somebody else, and what I am is what I do is absolutely out of love.
How did you met Butter? సారీ బటర్ మేడం.
Butter
తను
madam.
ఏంటంటే బటర్ అంటే తను పెట్టా అనమాట. తనతో పాటు ఈ 8,800 కిలోమీటర్స్ ఏదైతే తను చెప్పాడో తనతో పాటు బటర్ కూడా నడిచింది. కానీ బటర్ని తను బటర్ మేడం అని చాలా మర్యాదగా పిలుస్తుంటాడు. యా, హౌ డిడ్ యూ మెట్
Butter madam, this goes back around 2 years back, when I started my second walk in Rajasthan, and I remember it was 7th January 2021, and what I did was I was walking around this village called Bhojiavas in district of Jaipur, where I found 7-8 cute puppies, and rest of them, they ran away, and Butter madam was the one who came to me. And right at that moment, I have always heard about love at first sight, but that was the moment I found that okay, this is actually true. And I picked her up because she chose me, so I chose her. Of course, I could not adopt 7 of them, but that was the moment where I picked Butter up. And when she was small, she couldn't walk, so I carried her in my arms till Pushkar. And then later, I had a bag stitched by a tailor, like a mom carries their child. So I used to carry her in front, and then you have my backpack at back. And for a certain period of time, when I was doing all my other walks, I kept Butter at my house because she was small and she could not walk that much. So I made her rest, grow up, and now that she has grown up, we are together walking India.
నో, దెర్ ఆర్ సో మెనీ పెట్ నేమ్స్. వై ఓన్లీ యూ చూస్ ద నేమ్ బటర్?
So Butter has come out of, Butter is her first name. Her last name is Cup. So Buttercup is the name.
బటర్ కప్.
Cup, yes. So Buttercup is her surname, last name. And Buttercup, when I was growing up, I was a very big. Everybody watches cartoon, right? And I'm a 26-year-old, so I've grown in a generation where Cartoon Network was there. And I remember there was a cartoon called Powerpuff Girls, where they had Mojo Jojo, and one of the cutest little girl was Buttercup, and the cutest little girl with lot of powers in her is Butter Madam. So I named her after Buttercup.
హౌ మెనీ స్టేట్స్ డిడ్ యూ ట్రావెల్ టిల్ నౌ?
Right now, I have covered somewhat around 10 states, and in this particular walk, I've done 7, because I had to go through Uttarakhand and UP again. So this particular walk has yet to discover more of the states, but then till now, in total, if I say since the time I started walking, it's somewhat around 10 states.
10 states. In these 10 states,
Yeah.
what is the favorite moment?
There are a lot of them. A lot of them.
Deepest.
Especially the deepest is it goes back to northeast.
Northeast.
The starter. They say 7 sisters have one brother called Sikkim.
Sikkim.
And I was in Sikkim. I remember I was walking and I was alone. Butter Madam was not there that time. It was raining like cats and dogs. And when I went there, I could not find a place to sleep or camp. And I saw one local coming down. So we called Daju there. In Indian Nepali, we called them Daju. So while in Nepal, we call Dai. So I asked Daju, I don't have a place. I need some water and a place to pitch my camp. So he brings me in his house. He talks to his wife, and then it was a very, very, very small house of one kitchen, one room, and it was basically a chawl of workers where they had 25 rooms, 25 houses with 2 community washrooms. And I remember the auntie who was there, she was so worried that a child, like a child who is of my own son's age, is standing like this, pouring rain, and something is happening. And the best part was, her child was supposed to come from Gangtok.
Okay.
And she called him up immediately and said, "Do not come today. We have a guest stay at your friend's house." And there was only place for 3 people in the house: the husband, wife, and the child. So I got the space of the child. I got the food because there was food for only 3 people. So I got that food of her child, and I was given the clothes of her child. And that was the best moment that I had in life, to encounter what kind of a love a human can present. So that will always remain, I
Okay.
think, my favorite moment.
At the same time, what is your bad moment?
My bad moment have been where Butter Madam have been hit violently by few people, because certainly they think humans have more power than animals. And once I am alone, of course, I cannot find 10 people. I do not have enough power, and I am not a man who likes raising hands. I might raise my voice in anger, but raising hand is not something what I do. And that is why sometimes I have to drink my anger, be patient enough to go forward, find more new people. And I've seen it's not about I can take that, okay, you had some spoiled moment and the aggression has been taken out on somebody, but I've seen people enjoying beating animals, and that's the worst part that I can see.
Now it's all okay. It's all.
Now it's all
Now
okay.
she's fine?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, now she's fine. It is. Everything is okay. It was just a one particular bet, and it was back in my state in UP, and so there are there, and that moment happened, and I think after that nothing has happened. People have, of course, we are rejected by a lot of hotels. We have to call 15 hotels, and then even few of them, if the room is 1500 rupees, they would charge 1000 rupees extra for butter. But finally, when we call 15, one of them is very good enough to not charge anything for butter,
Okay.
give us good prices and
Nice.
everything. So at the end of the day, we do find that person. Of course, we do have to make a lot of calls, go through booking.com and whatnot, and see on Google Maps. But at the end of the day, we do find places where people accept me and Butter Madam both.
Generally, how many kilometers do you travel in a day?
Our average is somewhat around 20-25 kilometers,
Oh.
but the aim is not to have a particular
Time limit.
time limit or a kilometer, because we are in no hurry. The clouds are in no hurry, the birds are in no hurry, and I'm walking, so I should never be in hurry. So at times we walk for 5 or 6 or 10 kilometers, and then we stop because the weather maybe is too
weather.
hot, or maybe because somebody stopped us and they said no, you can't go today, you have to stay here today. Sometimes we just walk, 5-6 kilometers, and we see a beautiful view, a change in scenery, and we feel like no, we should stay here. And at times we have to even walk 50 kilometers because we cannot find a place to pitch our camp, to stay, and it's all jungle or it's all highway. So we have to even walk 50 kilometers sometimes.
How do you manage your stay, food, and all?
Usually I have a camp with me. I camp everywhere.
Okay.
The best part is that most of the people in India, they allow you to camp anywhere, be it a private land, be it any other land, because once they see, oh, this guy's walking, he's come so far away from home. And I use camp because it's not affordable to take rooms every time, and
Yes,
it's not easily available also, because we are going through rural areas where there are no rooms. So we take the camp and we pitch it somewhere in somebody's farm, or outside a temple, outside an ashram. We usually do not stay inside a temple or an ashram
Okay.
because of Butter Madam, because she's a dog and she doesn't know where to pee and poop. And all she knows is, oh, I need to pee now. Oh, I need to pee now. So if my eye
We can't stop also.
We can't stop also. Yes, that is something very natural. So I wouldn't So we don't usually go and stay inside the temples because of this, and we stay out on the outer skirts so that she doesn't spoil the natural environment of the gods made by the humans.
So it's tough to handle all these things.
Yeah, a little, but now I'm used to it.
Is there any scary moment or adventurous moment in this 10 states?
Yeah, there have been a scary moment. I remember I was in Jharkhand.
Jharkhand.
And I was walking down, and there was this guy, and he came and he stopped Butter like this, and Butter barked a few times, and I said, "No, don't do it. It's okay." And apparently he was drunk.
Okay.
And now the thing was, he challenged me. He said, "You will not see anybody like me. Can anybody stop your dog like this?" And I'm like, has anybody stopped your dog like this? And I'm like, of course, they haven't stopped her like this, and nobody would, I'm sure. But it doesn't matter, does it? And then the worst part is, we keep moving, we say, okay, bye, because I know he's drunk. And then I see him following us all the time. And he followed us for 1 or 2 kilometers till the time we found an adult guy in a farm. And I asked, I called him Daddu. I said, Daddu. He's like, what? He's like, this guy, he's drunk and he's following us, and I don't want a mess here. I don't want to call the police or something. And this Daddu, he stands up with a long stick, and he screams at him, like, if I see you here with this child, I'll thrash you out. Because he's a local, he knows where he lives, everything happens. And then he had to immediately vanish off from here. So that was a little scary moment for us, because I don't know what his intentions were. And did he want to take something from me? I didn't have nothing, just 2 phones, a little bit of cash, and all there was clothes.
See, for the first time when you told your parents that I'm going for a trip or a walk, how did they react?
My mother was very furious. She was like, oh, my child is going to become a sadhu. On the other hand, my dad could see right through me, and he was like, are you sure you can do it? And I'm like, I don't know, I want to try it. And he says, okay, go try. If you can't, then hitchhike or take a bus, or take a cab, because my first walk was from Rishikesh towards Kedarnath. And I never planned that I was going to walk India. I just wanted to go to Kedarnath. That is it. And my feeling was, because I had been a trekker before, I've been trekking, I was connected to a backpacking company, I was making 40 people group do high altitude trekking. So I already knew that I can do it. But my parents were a little, something. And my mother's fear was, oh, please don't leave everything and go. And I knew I'm not that person who's going to become a sadhu. At the end of the day, I do see a vision where I have a family, I'm sitting old, growing with my parents, I have a wife, or I have children. So I do see myself there.
What's your future plan?
Kashmir to Kanyakumari is something I always wanted to do, and there are a lot of people who have attempted it. So this all is a practice for me, because I'm going to do a world record attempt for that.
With Butter?
Yes,
Butter
with
Madam.
Butter Madam. That is why I carry a lot of weight with me to train myself to do this and see how it goes and everything, because once I can do this, I can do that also. And my last plan to walk is to go to the in-laws of India, that is Nepal. Because if Ram was from here, Sita was actually from the kingdom of Nepal.
Yeah.
And I see them as an in-laws, and I want to go walk from India towards Nepal. And after that, we want to pause. Of course, we'll roam around, but I don't want Butter to spend her whole life walking. So I have a plan when she turns out to be 4.5 years old. Right now, she's 2.7.
Okay.
We're going to pause walk for her.
Did you met any people like animal lovers or somebody like that who always tell you why you are making Butter walk along with you or something like that? Did you met?
I would say people who are really animal lovers, they don't question me. They make sure, am I giving her proper diet? Am I giving her proper attention? Am I giving her proper medication? That is what their worry is. But people who are animal showers, I would say, there is a very big difference between a dog lover or dog shower. So they would question me, saying, you're doing a wrong job. This is this. And why would, if you want to do something, pursue something, you walk. Why would you make an animal walk like this? Why would you make that little one? And I always tell them that these vehicles were made for us, never for the animals. They could walk anywhere, and this has been a part of their journey. Even if we open our culturally, if I open my book, so a dog, an Indian Periyaha dog, took Yudhishthir as who was Dharmraj towards the heaven. So there is no point of chance. So basically, I am not making Butter Madam walk, she's making me walk. I must remind you. So she's the one who actually keeps me encouraging me, because when she doesn't get tired. Of course she does, she snores also. But I've seen that one day, 2 days or 3 days, there was time when I was so tired with back pain and everything, and she would just look at me and smile. That would give me more courage. That don't stop. I'm there. Don't worry. I'll be till the end of my life, and that what is makes me walk more actually.
How is our Vizag, city of destiny?
Oh, City of Destiny! I must say it's an amazing place. It reminds me of a series called Viking. There was a scenario there where they come up to an island and they meet. The ocean is meeting the hills, and I always used to think, where is this place? Where could I find? And when I came here, when I was walking through Isaac, and I took the turn from the Shivagiri point, I think
Okay.
from inside, and when I looked back and I saw the Eastern Ghats merging with the ocean, I was like, yeah, this is the place, and India has it all. And I do not want to offend West Coast people, but I'm in love with East Coast.
Is there any message you want to tell to our audience?
Just love people. That is it. I don't want to force my culture, religion, or anything on anybody. That is why I don't really promote saying like, oh, it's Char Dham Yatra, 12 Jyotirling, and it is for me. That is what I do. But for people, I think it should be an all India walk.
Okay.
Absolute. What I have found is the God is not in temples; it is in people. And I've seen, I've felt God when I was with beautiful people. That moment was so beautiful that I could see God. I found love, respect, God where people were in villages. And this country is about villages. We are not about big gloomy cities like Mumbai or Noida or Visakhapatnam or any other big city. We are about villages. We will always stay about villages.
తన ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్తో ఒక మాట చెప్పాడు, గాడ్ ఈస్ నాట్ దేర్ ఇన్ టెంపుల్స్, గాడ్ ఈస్ ఇన్ పీపుల్. చాలా నచ్చింది మాట. నిజంగా దేవుడు మనతోనే ఉన్నాడు, సో మనలోనే ఉన్నాడు. సో ఇలాంటి ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ వీడియోస్ కోసం మా ఛానల్ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి, ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్ అండ్ ఫేస్బుక్లో కూడా ఫాలో అవ్వండి. జై హింద్.